Hey everybody, I'm back. So I don't really pay attention to the news, so I didn't know what was going on with all the riots and the murder until last night. I think I felt it coming. I felt something coming. I was pretty knocked out, and I'm for all the other empaths out there. I think I felt the COVID thing coming. I didn't know what it was, and then when it showed up, I was like, well, this is what it was. And then, the last week I felt kind of down and out, and now I think I know why. I'll take that one. So there's a bunch of empath overload going on that I'm feeling. Just, man, it's just really intense. I think the sensitive people out there are picking up on these energies, and they're really, really strong. So, I'm not happy with anyone's behavior, personally. I know it's a touchy subject and really controversial. But I can say that, I do have somewhat of maybe a unique perspective that many people don't talk about, in the fact that I grew up in a really racist household and parroted a lot of what I heard as a kid and as a young adult, because you do it for acceptance in your family. So I think a lot of that hatred is just a falsehood. I mean, who would condone an act like that? Just blatant murder. And I know it's happened again and again to racial minorities. It's disgusting. I think the retaliation is equally, that's a harsh word. It's disgusting behavior. I feel so much hatred out there I understand the anger and the need to express anger, especially when your voice hasn't been heard for decades and decades. I'm not pleased by any of the energy and the hatred going on out there. It's so not what's going to help move us where we're heading. But it's got to be dealt with, and it can't be dealt with until it comes to the surface. So to anyone in pain, I'm really sending you love from my heart. To anyone feeling pain. And I really hope at some point in the near future we get to a point when we realize that we're all the same. This is skin. This shit is skin. And we're spirits in bodies. It doesn't matter the shape, size, color, or gender of the body you're inhabiting. We're all one. So I thought I'd pull some cards and just talk a little bit, express myself. All right, what we're moving away from is Three of Cups. So the energy of the Three of Cups it's an odd number. So that means it's on the masculine side, represented by the number red. The number 3 represents creativity, expression, and growth. So there's a lot of emotional growth going on. That's what we're coming from. The cups are the water signs. So that's your emotional life. Relationships, receiving love from divine, giving it to others, giving it to everything, and then giving it to yourself. So the number 3 is important because it represents the Holy Trinity. Everything starts with one, with unity, but it splits into two to learn about itself. That's the dualistic principle of the universe, this universe that we live in anyway. And so the one aspect splits into two, and the two come together and meet each other and recognize each other, and then they create the 3, the child. So there's been some union of this emotional split on the ground side. 2 perfect squares, one on top of the other. The top square is the sky, spirituality. The bottom square is the ground, physicality. So in the physical realm, these 2 aspects meet each other and unite. And then the third cup is blessed and birthed in the sky, and it's heavily protected by this emotional intelligence represented by yellow vines. Yellow is logic, intellect, and idea. And cups being the water sign means emotional intelligence to me. This very cup right here is being kissed by these two berries on either side, which represents that inner unification. This is purpling, wanting to happen. This is the dualistic red and blue masculine, feminine berries are coming up. The masculine and feminine of this cup and the masculine and feminine of this cup create the child, and these two berries are kissing each other, wanting to integrate the red and the blue and become purple. So this is the sacred cup on the top. In the middle of the card where the heart chakra is, there's a heart chakra activation, red active energy piercing the middle of the card. You can see the heart shape. So I always say we bridge the sky to the ground through our heart, and the spine of the card represents our spine, our kundalini. And the middle chakra is the heart chakra. So this is proof of that to me, seeing the heart in the middle. So this is self-love, expanding love. This is growing love, and gaining emotional intelligence. The purpling wanting to happen through the creation of this third cup, which is spirit-bound. The leaves at the top of this foliage that are fruiting are about spiritual fulfillment. So I think when you love more, when you love bigger, life just gets sweeter. And, maybe learning to love bigger than we thought we were even capable of is what I'm getting on the Three of Cups energy. That we're moving away from. What are we in at the present moment? The Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning in the earth realm. Ones is everything in potential. Aces are everything in potential. Fresh starts, new beginnings. God, I hope that's the case. Pentacles are the earth sign, so that's earth energies, anything physical. It's the physical world. It's experiencing the third dimension with our five senses. So always remember, we can perceive 0.0001% of the electromagnetic spectrum of frequency that's out there. We can see the smallest infinitesimal particle is what we call reality. There's 99.999% other stuff going on. So the pentacles represent that physical world, what we're able to perceive. So oftentimes the pentacles represent money because they're depicted as coins, but it could also be your physical body, your house, your living situation, anything corporeal. This could represent the financial reset, possibly, that I feel coming. How is it related to the Three of Cups? And related to what's going on in our world right now, in the United States anyway. I don't really know. New start in the physical realm. I'm going to read it as, unity in the physical realm. I want to read it as realizing that we're all cells of one giant body that we can't comprehend. If I took a cell out of my arm and said, hey, little tiny cell of which there are trillions, you're doing your job every day and working in harmony with trillions of other things like you, but you're this thing I call me. It would have no idea what I was talking about. And what if that's the case with us? If you look through a telescope that magnified things 10,000 times, you wouldn't recognize what you saw, and on the macrocosmic scale. If you had a microscope or a mirror that went, zoomed in 10,000 times, you wouldn't recognize it either on the microcosm. So new beginnings in the physical realm after learning to love way bigger, something that you help to create that expands your heart. It helps you love yourself more too. And what are we moving into? Where are we heading? Oh, that's a good card. Six of Pentacles. Okay, so a lot of pentacle energy here, and 3, 6. That's 3 and 3, 6, and 9 are those master numbers. So the 6 of Pentacles. I love the number 6. This is a balance card. There really is no reverse to it. It's the same upside down as it is right side up. Anytime I see the number 6, I think of monad or soul group. We incarnate in groups, and I think these groups are beginning to really find each other after some serious work the last few years for the light workers out there. As I said, very symmetrical. These two coins are cut off from the four in the middle. First of all, the middle of the card where the heart chakra is has this orange dot. Orange is fulfillment, emotional fulfillment related to the cups. All the cups are orange, but it's a mixture of the red and the yellow, which is yellow is logic, intellect, and idea, what you've learned, and red is putting that into action with active red masculine energy. And when you take what you've learned and put it into action, you get orange, which is fulfillment. So that's at the heart, and swirling around it is this spinning active vortex. It's flow state, big time flow state. The tiny red leaves are far outweighed by the light blue and dark blue flowers around them. So that means the actions that you need to take are far less. It's much less laborious. It's in flow. You're inspired by your intuition and your spirit, the guidance of your spirit on which actions to take. So the actions come naturally. And then there's purity running both north and south here. White resembles purity in the tarot, and then it blooms at both the root and the crown, these other two coins. So I see two groups of three on the top, three on the bottom. It's that holy trinity again, mirrored on both. And then I see a group of four like that, and four is stability, application, formation. And then these two protected coins. So that's receiving physical energy from divine, and then putting that physical energy to good use on the ground in this stable sort of flow state. And the number 6 in numerology represents compassion, cooperation, and harmony. So there's other people, your soul group, coming in to help you with this. This could be a spiritually minded business endeavor, or some sort of business that really has pure intent, that purity, the white, that is providing financial or physical resources because it's for the greater good, and it feels great to do it, and you're working with the right people, and that flow just keeps going, it just keeps spinning, and it's so fulfilling around the heart. So that's beautiful, and coming after a new cycle in the Pentacle realms makes sense. It's a good reading, it's a good spread for today. I know the energy's wacky out there, but it just feels like a boil, needs to be lanced. So I'm really sending love to everyone in pain out there. Anyone who's angry, you're being heard. I hope we come together soon. I really want us to come together soon. I love you all, and I'll be back tomorrow. This is our daily spread for 5/30/2020, May the 30th. Bye-bye.